Most people are secretly unaware that spiritual life isn't measured by church attendance or external rituals. Your spirit pulses with a hidden energy when you are truly awakened, marked by unmistakable signs that break through your routine and shock you out of numbness. If you're spiritually alive, you're no longer sleepwalking through existence. Instead, there's a deep, almost unnerving hunger for meaning gnawing at you. A warning that autopilot living is done for, and you can't go back to chasing empty achievements or numbing old wounds fives. Suddenly, even the smallest moments become charged with a secret expectancy. You walk into a room and sense God might do something unprecedented, that the ordinary could become sacred without notice. Scripture declares, "Arise, shine, for your light has come," Isaiah 61, and you feel as if the darkness inside has turned to blazing daylight, and you cannot help but look for signs, not explanations. There's a shocking transformation where your heart gets rewired and your desires bend toward pleasing God, echoing, "I once was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, but now I see." And you know this is grace flooding your life. 2 Corinthians 5:17 says, "You are a new creation, not just improved, but fundamentally different at the core." You find yourself compelled to dig into Scripture not out of duty, but because you crave stability, as if every verse is a lifeline, and every word another jolt of spiritual electricity. There's a hidden pattern. You can't stay silent during worship, and you notice your spirit leaps unexpectedly when certain words or melodies unlock real tears. This is not sadness, but gratitude that wrecks your pride and exposes your deepest, most secret joys and vulnerabilities. Sometimes, you're shocked by sudden moments of humility. You remember sins or selfish pursuits, and instead of shame, you feel flooded by grace, almost involuntarily weeping with the realization God has loved an unworthy sinner into adoption. You catch yourself obsessed with spiritual realities that seem bizarre to those around you. Your interests shift, unexplainable dreams become sharper, and occasionally, you sense God's presence so strongly, it's almost physical, almost alarming in how tangible the peace and clarity feel, as if Romans 8:28 is personally programmed into your soul. Another hidden sign, you harbor a restless urge to invite others into this life, almost a compulsion that overrides your fear or comfort. Maybe you've always played safe, keeping faith private, but now you secretly ache to see those around you see a great light. Matthew 4:16. And your prayers for them aren't casual but desperate, as if eternity hinges on your testimony. You're warned by your own spirit that stagnation is death, and what you're experiencing must overflow. You discover evangelism is less an obligation and more an overflow you can barely contain. You might notice that when crisis hits, your first response is no longer panic, but an almost shocking trust, a secret peace that feels like someone else is anchoring your soul, fulfilling Philippians 4:7, even when circumstances scream otherwise. Perhaps most surprising, you develop a fierce expectancy about the future. Every news headline, every conversation, every quiet moment becomes laced with anticipation that God is about to move, that Jesus' return is imminent, and nothing is random anymore. You sense, deep inside, an invisible countdown that the kingdom is closer than anyone realizes, and you can't help but live urgently, almost recklessly, with purpose that refuses to settle for mere survival. These hidden signs don't always manifest with fireworks or dramatic visions. Often they surface as small, persistent tugs on your conscience, strange bursts of joy, sudden waves of humility, inexplicable peace, and an unquenchable hunger for more. Spiritual life is not safety. It's wild, relentless, and refuses to stay in the shadows. If you find yourself craving meaning with a holy discontent, weeping unexpectedly from gratitude, obsessed with Scripture, irresistibly drawn to worship and radical generosity, and burning with expectancy for what God will do next, then you're not just awake, you are spiritually alive. The true challenge now, don't waste your awakening. Press into the light, pour out your gifts, disrupt your comfort, and let the outrageous grace that found you become the spark that awakens every sleeping soul around you.